Title: Revolutionizing Governance, Canadian MPs and the YouTube Catalyst, Bridging Gaps and Pioneering 21st Century Dialogue. Canadians will hear truth. Let's give a resounding applause to the Members of Parliament, MPs, in Canada for adopting YouTube as a conduit for interaction over the last decade, adeptly sidestepping the age-old issue of political gatekeepers. This savvy move has invigorated a much-needed dialogue between Canadians and their elected leaders, lightening the load of our advocacy efforts to bridge social, political, and technological gaps such as skills gaps. A heartfelt thank you to our MPs for pioneering this remarkable initiative. A big thank you goes to Pierre Poilievre, which was very forward-thinking to set up a YouTube channel in 2011. He grew his channel with hard labor, just like every other influencer has to do in the free market, even before he was leader of the opposition. And further to this, he does not have access to the YouTube algorithm to boost his channel or to suppress his opponents, and we find this a very authentic way to conduct business and an authentic conservatism policy. Success based on merit and competency. What a crazy 20th century idea. It just might work. A robust thank you to the MPs for bridging the political chasm with citizens through YouTube videos and the engaging comments section, ensuring every voice is echoed. You cracked the code of administrative gatekeepers, where hundreds of billions of deficit dollars provided yearly to federal and provincial workers was not what solved the political gatekeeper problem, but the MPs solved it with free YouTube accounts where MPs and their teams can receive instant feedback from constituents. This is true a 21st century governance system design in action, a new technological governance protocol for society, aligning with STEM professional architecture desires and laying the groundwork for a governance structure that accommodates diverse leadership, hierarchy of capability provision, and broad access. Very helpful and very efficient system capability that could let us navigate the AI age in a more safe way. By harnessing YouTube's interactive features, MPs are now in direct and immediate contact with their constituents, a critical dynamic for 21st century governance. This transformative shift signifies a crucial step in modernizing governance systems, prepared to confront the complex challenges of our era, such as the plethora of existential threats, including AI safety, highlighted in the Amazon book library. Nevertheless, vigilance is key. The Liberal Party's introduction of Bill C-21 for firearms regulation, and the recent Online Streaming Act, Bill C-11, which introduces censorship, along with other proposed bills related to journalism regulation and hate speech regulation, are argued to bear an uncanny resemblance to repressive censorship practices of the 20th century, such as happens in Third Reich, Soviets, CCP, or Islam. These legislative measures hold the potential to drastically shift the power dynamics between MPs and citizens, potentially crippling citizens and halting the imminent emergence of a free market news production ecosystem in Canada, which is looking like it may finally begin even if we are already 23 years into the 21st century. Better late than never. By imposing such stringent regulations, citizens' abilities to wield their intellectual and physical authority could be severely limited, restricting their ability to effect societal change through intellectual reasoning. In these crucial moments, our hopes rest with the Conservative Party MPs. We trust them to ardently safeguard our intrinsic rights and freedoms. We call on them to explicitly outline the potential implications of these regulatory updates for Canadians, detailing every facet, every dollar at risk, and all rights that could be jeopardized by these upcoming legislative amendments. Conservative members, we urge you to develop infographics that vividly illustrate the potential severity of fines one could incur per comment on platforms like YouTube if such legislations take effect. Do this not only for your country or your family, but also for Skills Gap Trainer. We desire to express our views freely, without fear of excessive misogynistic penalties that are larger on a per-comment basis than our entire life savings, or other consequences such as being placed in a box. Also a misogynistic fascination. As we strive for a progressive 21st century society, let's remember that even if we fall short of our goals, we can take solace in knowing we made an earnest attempt to build a society worth inheriting. However, if the Conservative Party MPs can halt redesign or repeal these legislations, we may yet preserve a future where Canada continues to be a bastion of freedom and a sanctuary for freedom-seeking individuals from all around the world, rather than spiraling into a dystopian 21st century nightmare governed by personality disorder/narcissism unscreened, national security unscreened, national loyalty unscreened, conspicuously elected national leaders or unelected global business/global supranational alliance figures. And if we are ambitious enough, rather than thinking like a rich person, that always think about power and control, that desire to create degrowth, legislative boxes, and camps for citizens, we could instead think like a poor person, to think of growth, where we can design 21st century governance protocols that align with STEM fundamentals, where we can design AI systems and then build ships that head towards the sky. Remember, rich leaders think of camps, i.e., WEF, WHO, Soviets, CCP, Liberal Party, UN, etc. But leaders that build their life up from poverty, through competency and merit, they think of starships. Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Pierre Poilievre, skills gap trainer. Don't elect people who are always in the presence of money, or families that deficit spend a grandkids' national money of $1,030 billion to build absolutely nothing, who are never earning and making money or helping others to make money, or who never build something tangible with the debts they rack up to infinity. We stand at the brink of a pivotal era, and we hold steadfast in our collective capacity to shape a vibrant, democratic future for our magnificent nation.